First seek his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things you will have. Matthew 6:33, y'all. Just read that. I don't want to change some words right now. Just read Matthew 6:33. First seek his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things you will have. See, you know, we are backwards. You know, what we do is we search for these things first. We go the other way. And then when we start searching for these things, then we get in trouble. Because that's who becomes your king. That's who becomes your God. That's what are you basing your life on now? That's your philosophy. These things. You know, that is how you shape your life. That is what you do. That's what you have become. That's what you have to do. You know, this is what I gotta do, man. You know, now anyway, because now you're searching for these things, and you're not searching. You're not searching for His kingdom. First seek ye His kingdom. First seek His kingdom and His righteousness first. This is how we come off wrong from the jump. You know, as babies, we're born and we come into this world and we have a clean slate. We have a clear mind. But as we grow up and we are influenced by this world and these things, that is what shapes our personality. That's what shapes us. And if we don't, from an early age, first seek His kingdom and His righteousness, we become our environment. We become what we love the most. And if you don't love God the most and you're not searching His kingdom and His righteousness first, then you search after these things. And that will put you in the hole. Because now you're not guided. You're not a solid foundation. But you are shaky. You're a shaky person. One day you're this way, one day you're that. All depends on how the wind is. One day you feel good because you made $3,000. Next day you feel bad because you didn't make that much. You know, you robbing, you up and down, you nervous, you scared, you don't know what's these emotions are real. You know, hold on, let me say something real quick. Emotions are real. You know. If you feel you're scared, you're scared. You see a scary movie, you get scared, you get frightened, you're scared. But the scary movie, you know it's not real. It's just an illusion. It's a play on pictures, on film, to make you think or feel a certain way. You know, this is when we have to separate facts from truth, because you know what we learn in the textbooks is facts. But God's truth is the real thing. God's truth is what we need to live by. You see, right now, when you're going and searching for these things, right now you need a car, you need clothes, you need certain things that you feel like you need. You feel like you need this money. You feel like you need this woman. But when you first see God's kingdom and His righteousness, all these things that you thought that you needed at first, you don't need those things no more. Your priorities change. You know, Brother Rose had a video and he was talking about on one accord. You see, we're not on one accord with Jesus. We on one accord with the kings of this world. You see, when you on one accord with the kings of this world, then you're gonna be like the Pharisees and the Jews back then trying to kill Jesus. Remember, Jesus went up to Pilate, and Jesus said, "I am a king, you know, but I'm not a king of this world, because if I was, these Jews right here, they'd be killing you, Pilate, for me." But they didn't. See, we have different kings. This kingdom right here, this is what we're searching for. But it's gonna be a day, and the kingdom is here, that new heaven and that new earth, that 1,000 years. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That 1,000 years here on earth, you know. That is part of that's part of our salvation, which is free, y'all. That's part of that salvation that we have right now is that we have a chance. We are saved. We are right now. We have a chance to get. We are practicing right now, getting ready for that kingdom come. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. If we don't honor our Father, who art in heaven right now, and we don't do that right now, what's the rest of that prayer, the Lord's Prayer? He forgives our sins, he blesses us, he forgives us. We want him to forgive us and bless us, but we don't want to honor our Father. Hallowed be thy name. What we want to do, we want to search. We want to go after them things. But let me tell you something though, y'all. I looked at this movie and it was called Blow. I think y'all seen this movie. But first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just give you a like real life situation. Man was in debt. He's in debt. He's debt over his head. He had house, cars, wife wasn't working, had kids. And he needed money. He needed a lot of money. And what he did was he scoped out a bank for 3 weeks. As a matter of fact, it was longer than that. He went to the library and he searched on how people get caught robbing banks. And he figured that they get busted by getaway cars. And anyway, he went through this whole process and he learned how to rob banks. Now this is a guy. He was in the stock market. Stock market went down, recently, and he was in trouble. So he learned how to rob a bank. So at the first time he robbed the bank, he was so nervous he was about to use it in his pants. In other words, he was about to use it on himself. But he went in, he robbed the bank. He got $11,000. He needed $20,000. He got that, and he started robbing banks. He robbed 10 banks. He got caught. He went to jail. Later on, his wife, who didn't work, she divorced him. First of all, she was crying. She was upset. She divorced him. She got a job, 2 jobs. Started paying the mortgage, paying off all the debt that he had. You know what? That man now he in jail. He in jail to this day. He gonna be in there 65 years. What he did was search for them things. He didn't wait on the Lord. He didn't search for the kingdom and his righteousness. The bad thing is, the only thing they had to do was, hey, Sarah, maybe we need to buckle down. You go get a job over here. I go get a job at McDonald's. And then we're going to have to work, and we have to downgrade whatever we got to do. But whatever we got to do, we're going to search the kingdom and his righteousness first. We ain't going to search for these things. See, oh, man, I got to go out here and do what I got to do. I got to go sell this dope. But when you get caught, oh, man, I shouldn't have did it. Or I shouldn't have went out there this time of night. I shouldn't have ran that light. I shouldn't have went in that part of town. I shouldn't have sold to that undercover. But you know what you shouldn't have did? You shouldn't have searched for that God that you were searching after, that God of money. That's the truth. The truth is, first seek his kingdom and his righteousness. It ain't that you shouldn't have been out there, because when we living for God, things will happen to us. He said that it's not going to be easy out here for us. He said that. So when things happen, you're going to get sick. You're going to have trials. You're going to have tribulations. So don't think just because you come at Jesus that things, when you go out there at that time of night, ain't nothing going to happen to you. But if you search, his kingdom first, and you won't have to go the long way. You will avoid a lot of them things that happen to you. You too, family. I've been through that. I'm going through this now, and the Lord is carrying me right now through my trials, carrying me through my hardships financially, and emotionally, all this, because emotions are real, y'all. But when we search the truth and we know what the truth is, we search the kingdom. We first seek the kingdom and his righteousness, y'all. A lot of these things that we go through, we won't have to go through, and we'll be better off right there sitting with the Lord. I'd rather go through it with the Lord than without him. You know it? And that's your boy K-Ray, y'all. There's 3 million some odd people here in Texas, and it ain't that many jobs. But when you got Jesus Christ, You got all the wealth and riches that you ever need. Peace and be blessed.